So you will have to look at the entire information cycle to be able to be and to be thorough in the way you address privacy issues in your institution, whether online learning or something else. You will have to look at your collection. What is the extent necessary to collect, hold personal information in order to carry out your functions? So if you're doing library work, why are you collecting information for Silman University Church? So are you collecting for a particular legitimate purpose? No. Number two, handling, using, organizing, sharing personal information requires overall data and privacy management plan. Do we have a plan in place? Is this something that is already institutionalized or still being done on an ad hoc basis? Do we have a risk assessment exercise? Are we looking at processes? And these are the specific areas we need to look into, whether online learning or something else. You look at processes, you look at systems, you look at programs, projects dealing with personal data, and it can be a lot, no? Enormous amount of data. Now, just to give you an idea, if there are administrators in the university in the audience, if I may ask, do you have any idea how many collection forms do we use in the university? So in my unscientific sampling in this kind of exercise, people would answer hundreds and even lower figures, tens, 20s. But in fact, now if you really have to be thorough, in some institutions, they run up to thousands. Now, a middle-sized hospital, for instance, in my experience, would have about 1,500 forms collecting personal information. And many of these forms are really outdated, if not offensive, right? So they have not been revised since the 1970s. So if you take a look at our forms, see if they are irrelevant, if they are not over collecting, no? And this is something that would be factored in when you do risk analysis. We also have to take a look at protection of our data sets. I think I don't have to belabor the obvious here, but then it can be a field on its own as well. And then finally, disposal. If your collection for online learning is only X number of years after student graduation, then you do so because you might be liable, right? For keeping information that is no longer authorized. No?